Hello and welcome to Clay to Canopy, the show where I attempt to make just about everything from the ground up. I am ridiculously excited to introduce you to the newest environment, inspired by a specific hike I took in Rhode Island. This piece has been in the works since 2020. I began the ceramic pieces in 2020 when we had that funky week of we thought the world was going to open up again. We were only on lockdown for about a minute. I was able to get the ceramic components of this work to a kiln and get it fired. And then we went on lockdown again, and with that lockdown came a ridiculous amount of videos that I had to make for coursework that I was teaching, my 3D classes and my clay classes, which I'm sure you've all heard of it by now if you've been following along. So that took my attention, and unfortunately what got set aside was this environment along with the New England sun porch environment, my first one. So this one I was kind of simultaneously already thinking about and designing in 2020. Because my work is incredibly involved, even when I am making small pieces, things can take a ridiculous amount of time. And I have done bits and pieces, though I have set it aside and taken a break. I have been going strong on this environment since the beginning of January. I am probably maybe 50%, if that, complete with this environment. So what I have done is in the earlier part of January, as I was in the middle of projecting and I had a bunch of things out, different stages of each of the pieces, I shot some vlogs, and I thought that it would be fun to do a couple vlogs that give a little bit of a teaser into what this environment is going to have in it, but also to give you an idea of what it's like for a day in my studio. I did a 1-day vlog first, and then I went in and did a 4-day weekend vlog where I was lucky enough to have a space of 4 days where I could work, and I'm gonna break that one up into 2 videos. You'll see these vlogs first, and then we're gonna jump into the creation of the Woodland Feast objects. Let me tell you a little bit about what the Woodland Feast is. In the craze of the pandemic, I needed a place for my mind to meditate and go to something that felt free, a place of peace for me, and that has always been the woods. A memory came to mind of this time when I was hiking with a friend. She took me to this butterfly reserve, and there were no butterflies. I was disappointed that I did not see any butterflies, but it was a really beautiful place. There was a bunch of mountain laurel bushes that were shedding their flowers, and there is this pathway of these beautiful white flowers scattered along this path, and we made up this story about how it looked like this wedding walkway, and we were attending the wedding of this chipmunk and a squirrel. And it was just a really great day. The scenery was really beautiful, and it's something that just stuck in my mind. I thought, what would it be like if I was actually attending a woodland feast that these animals had created? I'm going to be pulling elements from that environment and using animals as my source of inspiration to create this place setting. I have a dining table on the rise made out of Christmas trees. I have a stack laminated peanut inspired by the squirrel that I have in front of my house. I'm going to have some mushroom stools, a highboy table that will look like a covered bridge that will store this place setting that I have created out of ceramic and glass, a centerpiece, and of course some kind of woodland themed food. So that's about where I am now. Oh, and some lanterns. Gotta have a light component in this whole thing. I have not done a formal sketch. I have somewhere scribbled on a piece of paper what the place setting was going to look like, and then I just jumped in and made it. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this new environment and are as excited about it as I am, and I hope you like the new vlogs that I have put together. Please stick around and watch this Woodland Feast all come together.